All right, January 16th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. A snow event on the way for a good chunk of the region tonight into Wednesday morning. I'm going to detail that coming up. There's the Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera. It is a cold, dry start to the day there in the Queen City. Temperature right now, as I cut the video, which is about 13 minutes until 7 o'clock at 21 degrees. We'll take a peek here at the Greensboro Tower camera this morning. Same deal, cold and dry in the Triad. 20 degrees, the temperature this morning. Yesterday had a pretty chilly day across the region. There's your highs on our Monday afternoon. 30s across the Triad viewing area. 30s to around 40 across the Charlotte viewing area. It'll be a little bit milder today, but the ground is very cold, and the temperatures today really won't have much impact on the ground temperatures at all. The ground is going to be cold enough to pretty effectively accumulate whatever snow can fall tonight and into Wednesday morning. All right, here's your temperatures again just prior to 7 o'clock this morning. It's cold all across the region. Here comes another big shot of cold air plunging through the country. Look at the Bismarck, North Dakota, 20 degrees below zero. That's an actual air temperature. Denver at 0, Wichita at 4, St. Louis at 1, Minneapolis 1, 23 in Dallas. This is cold stuff. Nashville down to 18. And here comes that storm system right here on the water vapor imagery, that little counterclockwise swirl, and exactly the orientation and the strength of that disturbance as it moves through our region will determine how much snow we can see. Still some question marks to iron out. All right, there's storm tracker radar anywhere from the northeast down to Texas. You have wintry precip occurring. Now, the trick for the Carolinas, it looks like the band of snow will likely break up to some extent around the mountains, and then it will redevelop east of the mountains. How quickly that redevelops will play a huge role in how much snow the foothills and the Piedmont see, upstate as well for that matter. So there's your snow right now, pretty light stuff through the northeast and down into the Tennessee Valley region. Snow's been heavy. In fact, the system overachieved. There were some 15 and 18 to 1 ratios of snow anywhere from parts of northern Arkansas into southern Missouri with this yesterday evening. And look at that, deep down into Texas again. Winter storm warning, second time this winter. Very impressive. Houston included, parts of the metro in a winter storm warning. Shreveport, Memphis, Greenville, Mississippi. Winter weather advisories down to New Orleans, Biloxi, Mobile, Birmingham, Atlanta, and most of central and western North Carolina, northern South Carolina in that winter weather advisory as well. That's tonight into tomorrow. Now, and the Carolinas today, mainly precipitation free. Late this afternoon, some snow could creep into the mountains. But for the foothills and the Piedmont, it's overnight. Mainly midnight-ish onward that we see the snow band develop. And again, you see it kind of develops right overhead. Let me show you, first of all, temperatures today. Warmer, but will not really make a difference in terms of ground temperatures and accumulation potential. Now, there's Futurecast. Notice as we get into 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, that's when this band really begins to develop over the I-85 corridor, and then it will slowly pivot eastward from there. The European models had that same general type of scenario for a while now. And so here's what I'm thinking in terms of the odds of getting 1 inch of snow. Question mark here in the foothills and down into the upstate. That depends on the redevelopment of that band. But really, I think for a lot of the Piedmont, Charlotte, Greensboro, points north and east from there, odds are pretty good to get 1 inch of snow. And here's what I'm thinking specifically for accumulation amounts. Still subject to change. We're still, 18, 24 hours away. But the general idea here is anybody, at least across most of North Carolina and into the upstate, a fair game to pick up a dusting to 1 or 2 inches of snow. Probably an area in the eastern part of the Triad viewing area, easternmost Charlotte viewing area, and then up through the Triangle of 1 to 3 inches plus. And there could certainly be a few 4-inch snow totals mixed in here and there in those zones. So that's the general idea I'm going with right now. Ground's cold. The roads are going to become an issue in many spots, especially the untreated roads and the bridges and the overpasses late tonight into tomorrow morning. Probably a pretty rough commute in many spots on Wednesday morning. Some model charts here. This is Futurecast. Not a bad representation, I don't think. And here's one of my favorite models a lot of times with snow events. This is the regional Canadian model. A lot of times does pretty well with these winter weather events, and that's what it is indicating. North American model, a little bit lighter. European came in a little heavier last night, but the bottom line is something similar to what I outlined on that map just a couple of moments ago. That snow will depart then tomorrow. Cold day tomorrow. Blustery day tomorrow too, and then a really cold Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Teens with some single-digit wind chills, sub-zero wind chills in the mountains. So definitely a hard freeze, and there'll be a lot of icy road conditions with any refreezing that occurs Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Then we start to warm things up. Thursday afternoon's high temperatures a little bit milder, and you notice the upper level pattern totally flips for us. Well, let me go back to this. As we get into the weekend, there you go. A broad ridge begins to take hold across the southeast. All right, so a couple other charts here. Here's the culprit with our winter weather event, this trough moving in. If it could take more of a positive, it's had a positive orientation there, rather. If it could take more of a neutral or even negative tilt, that would enhance the precipitation. Doesn't look like it's certainly going to get to negative tilt, but it could get to more of a neutral orientation as it moves through. And I mentioned that regional Canadian. Let me kind of step you through that chart, those model charts. This is the 6Z run. The most recent run, looks like that was the 0Z run. Okay, so I didn't get the latest one stuck in here. But the bottom line is, there you go. You see that footprint of snow developing late tonight into Wednesday morning, and then it works eastward from there. And that particular model run had that for snow totals around the region. The GFS has come around now a little bit. There's the daybreak Wednesday chart and then early afternoon chart. So it's come around a bit as well. Finally getting a bit of a clue with the amounts of precipitation across the region. Still some adjusting to go, but again, something along the lines of what I showed you a little earlier in the video, probably the most likely scenario with potential accumulations. All right, that's it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.